This is a really serious topic. Insomniac was hacked. They had a ton of their information released to the public without their permission. As a matter of fact, they were held ransom and they said, no, we are not going to pay the ransom. And this is the result of that action. If you have seen on Twitter, there was an attack on Sony's servers and a ton of information has come out about Sony. A ton of information has come out about Insomniac games in development. And today Insomniac actually had an opportunity to respond to what has happened. Here's what they said publicly. Thank you for the outpouring of compassion and unwavering support. It's deeply appreciated. We're both saddened and angered about the recent criminal cyber attack on our studio and the emotional toll it's taken on our dev team. We have focused inwardly for the last several days to support each other. We are aware that the stolen data includes personal information belonging to our employees, former employees, and independent contractors. It also includes early development details about Marvel's Wolverine for PlayStation 5. We continue working quickly to determine what data was impacted. This experience has been extremely distressing for us. We want everyone to enjoy the games we develop as intended and as our players deserve. However, like Logan, Insomniac is resilient. Marvel's Wolverine continues as planned. The game is in early production and will no doubt greatly evolve throughout development, as do all our plans. While we appreciate everyone's enthusiasm, we will share official information about Marvel's Wolverine when the time is right. On behalf of everyone at Insomniac, thank you for your ongoing support during this challenging time. Insomniac Games is one of my favorite developers. They're up there with Ninja Theory. They're up there with, I would say, Bungie is one of my favorite developers of all time. I followed them closely over their career, and it's completely undeserved to see this happening to them. They have had so much information leaked about their company, including the personal details of employees. I'm not going to be monetizing this video today. I want to use this as an opportunity to show you all of the quote tweets from employees and how they feel about this situation and how it has impacted them. Let's start going over them right now. So this is the official Insomniac tweet. This is what I said. Basically, all I needed to say is, Insomniac, I'm sorry to see this happening. It's completely undeserved, and I hope that they're all doing okay. The reason I tweeted that is because you have to realize in game development, when you start creating a game, you're dedicating 7 years of your life. If you start at the beginning of that production, 7 years will go by before anything you work on sees the light of day, before you get any sort of recognition for your work. It's a big part of the reason why, if you follow me on Twitter or X, I was so upset that the Game Awards rushed people winning awards off of the stage. That is their one opportunity to get recognition, potentially in their lifetime, for a project that they worked on. And they deserve more from the Game Awards. And Insomniac deserve better in this situation. It's very upsetting to see what happened. And I can't even imagine how the employees feel. Remedy reached out initially when this happened and said, our sympathies to Insomniac Games and all the affected team members. After all the effort and dedication they have poured into their games, they didn't deserve this. No one does. The hackers also leaked employees' personal information, which is truly disgraceful and shameful. I absolutely agree. Here's one employee who tweeted something shortly after it leaked. It was just this iconic image of Wolverine. I'm a huge Wolverine fan. You might not know this about me. Wolverine is one of my favorite characters ever made. When I was getting started learning how to code HTML in the 90s, I made the unofficial Wolverine homepage. You can probably still find it over on GeoCities. I'm very excited about this project. And I'm very excited that Insomniac is working on it. And this hack is having a huge toll on the people creating that project. To reiterate, they do not deserve this. Here's a quote from James Stevenson. This is stolen data, not leaked info. These are criminal hackers, not leakers. These are pirated builds, not leaked demos. None of this is leaked. This isn't somebody leaving something on a flash drive at a Starbucks, right? This is somebody forcefully going into the servers of Sony and Insomniac, stealing information, and then releasing it out to the public because they didn't get the $2 million that they wanted. Here's another employee. Mary Kenny says, seriously, because this has been on my nerves, it's not a leak, it's a hack. There's a big difference between a thing we planned to release, got released early, and someone stole our private personal info, and we're all now in danger. Adjust how you talk if you care about the truth. It is really, really different. And when you're discussing this, I hope that you're taking that into account and consideration. I see a lot of people, especially on Twitter, being fairly laissez-faire about this, and it's very serious, and it should be handled accordingly. So, Lindsay Keys says, truly, the love and support we felt this week has been incredible. We appreciate you, Thwip. Very uplifting. Thank you. Here's one from Chris. Chris is a designer at Insomniac Games. The difference between a leak and this attack is like the difference between losing your wallet and being mugged. We feel it when that distinction isn't recognized. Just saying. The support from so many has been a welcome comfort amidst the storm of it all. Thank you. Here's one from Aaron, who says, I personally have less than kinder words about the entire situation, but we press on. I am very excited to see and hear that Wolverine is still in development. To any of the developers, like, you've got this. It's going to be okay. This will pass. We're all rooting for you. We all believe in you. Paul again says, it's not a leak. Our information, personal and company-wide, was stolen. Thanks to everyone who's been so supportive over the last week. Again, you've got this. Patrick says, thanks y'all for the kind and supportive message through this difficult time. I'm excited to get back to making games in the new year. That's an animator over at Insomniac expressing an excitement to get back to work on their projects. Take the time that you need. Take the holiday. I am hoping that everybody comes back refreshed, and hopefully this is a blip on the radar. There's been a lot of unfortunate things happening this year in the industry, this being absolutely devastating. The support over the last several days means the world. Being a part of this kind of gaming family is one of the best experiences of my life. Thank you for all your kind words on posts and in DMs. That's from Alex. Alex is an associate PM over at Insomniac Games. Brianna says, thank you so much for your support in this difficult time. That's the visual effects manager at Insomniac Games working on Spider-Man 2. I encourage you, if you see any of these posts, go give them some positive reinforcement. They really need it right now. So just keep that support coming for these people who are really going through it right now. I have to imagine. Alex says, thanks to everyone for your compassion and support. It really means the world to us. Thank you for recognizing that we aren't a faceless machine and that we, like you, are just people doing something we love for people that love the content we create. We will endure. That's a VFX artist over at Insomniac. I think people forget that behind any major brand, there's a bunch of people that actually care about just doing good work in their little corner of it, right? And that's why I wanted to highlight these voices, because I feel like no one's going to talk about this. And it's unfortunate. Everybody's going to talk about all the juicy tidbits from the hacked data that was stolen from the company. Anyway, Emma says, my coworkers and I were hacked and many of us doxxed. Sensitive information about studio structure was made public that affects our jobs. Please remember us before talking about this and looking at files. There are real people behind the games you enjoy. And again, just bringing the human element back to it. And Nicholas also said, thank you to everyone who's reached out. Your love and support are appreciated. Those are just a few of the comments that I could find from Insomniac employees and Insomniac themselves regarding the devastating hack that impacts Sony and impacts Insomniac. It's tremendously unfortunate that this happened. It's always unfortunate to see the reaction, like when it happened to Xbox and it was the FTC, their lawyers screwed up and just didn't redact properly and shared a ton of information about the plans Xbox had over the last few years. And that is a lot different than somebody forcefully going into your systems, stealing information, and then posting it to the public. We know what happened to the GTA 6 hacker. That person will be in jail indefinitely. I believe they will be remaining in a hospital prison. Correct me if I'm wrong. And they will not be getting out anytime soon because they have stated that they plan to continue doing it. I don't know what's going to happen in this situation, but to anybody at Insomniac who stumbles upon this video, you're one of my favorite developers in the world. You're right up there with Ninja Theory and Bungie and BioWare of old. And you're going to be okay. I think this is going to eventually pass, and the people who are there are going to be able to continue doing what they love to do. I wish you all the best in the new year. And I hope if you're watching this video and you're not an Insomniac, that you just are able to see the human element and understand how impactful this is to other people's lives. If you do like my content, I'm not monetizing, but you can hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to support. Check out my other videos where I talk about Xbox stuff. That's all I got for you on this one, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now, everybody.